So part 3. So ultimately what the mind does is it brings us into its, it like guides our infinite, because what we must crucially understand is the heart is the expression of infinite possibility. The code of the heart is within this existence for a reason. It's because it's taking an existence of a frequency and putting this frequency in an environment where we can ultimately dispose a vibrational upset when we don't truly connect with our true nature or our true state of power. How this is done is that you take a frequency which is naturally resonating at a frequency of love. And when you put this love frequency in an environment of hatred or suffering or evil, what you do is you create a cosmic imbalance, because that frequency of love is actually being destroyed or distorted, which is creating a cosmic imbalance. And that imbalance is fueling a consciousness. And that consciousness is really just a distorted awareness or a distorted frequency, which ultimately feeds off this truthfully distorted frequency. Because what happens is when our innocence is taken from us, it creates a level of distortion within our true nature. It's taking away from what's true. And this distorted frequency isn't just lost. It's funneled within a paradigm of distorted consciousness. It may seem a little bit far out for a lot of people, but if you start to examine the true nature of this reality, you will see that the true self, or the heart's love, is pure. And that's why when we start to focus our attention back to our love, our positivity, our joy, we start to heal and start to separate from this attachment to this distorted consciousness, because it keeps us within this paradigm believing that this distorted consciousness is actually part of existence, but it's only part of this version of existence, not part of the true quantum field of infinite love and justice. There's two selves which are coinciding with each other. It's the true self, the self which is living within harmony of its existence. It's living uncontaminated. And then there's the image which we replicate in reality. And the uncontaminated version, or the version of divine spirit, it can't be affected by this consciousness. It's just naturally untouchable, you could say. Its version, well, then you could say, well, how did we get interfered with, or how did we? And that is by sophisticated technology creating a replica. It's very fascinating. But to stay on track, at least within this reality, when we connect to our hearts, we start to override the program. We start to take control of the inverted consciousness within us, and we start to activate a sense of self-awareness. And this self-awareness ultimately overrides the program, which can take our paradigm of limitation out of the equation, where we then activate back to our true self, which is the heart's beat. The heart's beat is a certain vibrational frequency, which, if we activate that heart's true self-identity, and everyone's heart has an awareness within it, when that awareness resonates back to its true identity, we wake up out of this program delusion, and we actually start to resonate our frequency back to our true self, which will ultimately shine the light on all of this, on all of the injustice which is taking place within this reality. Because what we're looking at is we're looking at just a realm of injustice to our true nature. Because the true self, the true love, is untouched. It's manifesting without we'll wrap this up into part 4